Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we're back again with another pick a card, and this is going to be on the topic of how can you progress in your career, like what do you need to do, what do you need to know. Again, this reading is not going to so much focus on particular careers. They could come up in this reading, but if you're looking for more about like the type of career that you should be doing or energy more in that regards, definitely do check out some of my other readings here on my channel. I also have a playlist that has to do more with the career aspect of life, so if you guys are interested in that, definitely do check out those videos. So here again, we're just going to see how it is that you need to progress in your career and possible ways of doing that. So with that said, I do want to mention, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, the only place to do so would be through my Patreon. I have 3 different tiers available for a 1 question, 2 question, and 3 questions. So if you guys are interested in that, please do check out my Patreon link down below. That also will give you access to exclusive readings that you can only find on Patreon, as well as a bunch of other fun goodies. So we're going to go ahead and introduce the piles that we have here today. There are 4 piles, as always. And so for pile 1, we have the pistachio opal. For pile 2, we have malachite. For pile 3, we have emerald. And for pile 4, we have serpentine. So definitely do take as much time as you need. Meditate on the piles. If you're attracted to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine, because again, these are general readings still, so not every card and not every message may resonate for you personally, and your messages could be spread across more than one pile here. So definitely do what you need to do. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the reading. All right, for those that chose pile 1 here with the pistachio opal, we're going to go ahead and set that over here. And we're going to jump into your cards and see how it is that you need to progress in your career right now. So we're going to start off with the tarot. We have the King of Swords. We also have the Sun. And we have the Ten of Swords. So definitely a big thing for you guys. I see that you're very, very close to getting something that you really want in your career. Definitely that's going to lead you to a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of celebration. But the key here is that you have to leave something else behind. There's some aspect in your career or your situation where it's like you've been constantly struggling up. Basically, like the image that came to mind was like struggling up a hill that is made of sand, and every time you take a step up, it's like you slide back some, and it's like you keep struggling up and up and up, trying to get out the top of this like sand dune, but it just isn't happening. So it's like the key here is that you need to let go of whatever that particular aspect or that particular outcome it is that you're expecting, because again, it's something that is in a sense a losing battle. And it could also be, for some of you, it just depends, it could be involved with a particular partner, again, somebody who embodies maybe the King of Swords aspect, or it is that you need to seek out a partner who is going to be like your King of Swords, who is going to tell you it how it is, be very straightforward, be very logical, and just have their shit together in a very kind of calculated way. That will definitely help you guys. And again, I feel like this need of releasing the ending that is supposed to be happening, or something within your career aspect has been trying to come to an end, but I feel like a lot of you are resisting that ending, even though you know and you totally sense that it's there. But the moment that you do finally release and you let go, that is when the joy and the success will come in. So let's see what else we have here. So let's talk about our astrological cards, if it would come here, please. So let's look at these and see what's going on. So yeah, we have Jupiter in Pisces with seduction, and we have Jupiter in Leo with publicity. So maybe this is the key here. Maybe some of you, maybe you work in publicity, or maybe that's what you need more of here. I feel like you need to show off more of your authentic self for sure with this seduction. It's interesting that we both have Jupiter here. We have the 12th house and we have the 5th house. So I don't know where particularly your Jupiter is in your natal chart, but you need to work with the Jupiter energy, and that's all about expansion. It's all about luck. I feel like you guys have some really fantastic seductive qualities about yourself and natural beauty. Because again, we have Pisces and we have Leo here, and this Venus energy kind of as well. I don't know why I just said that, even though these are not Venus, but it's like that for some reason Venus energy is coming through. So it's like, I feel like, yeah, you guys need to bank a little bit more on how well you can maybe relate to others, and also trusting your intuition a little bit more with that Pisces energy as well. Some of you could definitely need to be adding in more creativity, just generally into whatever kind of career that you're doing, especially creativity that has to do with who you are authentically. So let's go ahead and talk about these Jupiter cards and see what they have to say. So let's do the Leo card first with publicity, if I can say the word right. So because of the Leo link with children, when this card is drawn in a reading, it can indicate the encouragement of a child in a creative expression of their talents. This can manifest negatively as the archetypal over-pushing mother of the child star, living out her fantasies of fame through her progeny. Positively, it can refer to a nurturing and supportive parent. Maybe that's kind of that King of Swords energy. Again, however that may resonate for you guys, if it's in the positive or the negative. So the particular events here is blowing one's own trumpet. Maybe that's what you guys need to do. You need to get yourself, you need to promote yourself a little bit more and your talents and what you can do. I feel like some of you can find that really nerve-wracking. You might be more of like a very quiet kind of person. You don't like to brag about your accomplishments or your successes, but you kind of need to do that a little bit more. You need to toot your own horn a little bit more. Because again, you have the stuff and you have the talent in whatever you're doing to back it up, but there's just a sense of maybe trying to hide it out of fear. You don't want to take the spotlight, but you kind of need to take the spotlight right now in this at this point. So the attraction of some kind of fame or attention, taking a leading role in a local activity, a prominent member of the church or similar organization. Really interesting. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely encouraging you when it comes to your career to, again, push yourself out there a little bit, be a little bit more outgoing in that sense. So next up, we have, of course, our Pisces and Jupiter, which has to do with, this card is a warning that everything may not be as it appears and that someone is being seduced for alternative motives. So again, maybe that's a warning with whatever this King of Swords is representing for you guys. But the particular events here are becoming the victim of a hard luck story, sacrificing a great deal for someone who is loved, having the intuition and ability to sense what another person wants. So again, I feel like you guys do have a talent of like naturally knowing, not only what direction you're supposed to be moving into, even though I feel like a lot of you are fighting against it because maybe it's not conventional, or again, you're worried about how it's going to be perceived. And two, you're really good at understanding what somebody else wants and what they crave. But again, the whole issue I feel like here is a sense of confidence, very much empowering more in that Leo sense, because Leos are, their stereotype is that they're extremely confident to the point in the negative of being egotistical, or like narcissistic, but it's that drive and that confidence that pushes them forward with that energy of the sun, because the sun is Leo's ruling planet. So let's go ahead and see what else we have going on for you guys. So let's see about some of our other cards here. So we have, are you fucking kidding me? Let go. Walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. That is so this Ten of Swords, literally. It's like you guys have to let go of whatever it is that you're struggling to try to again, I feel like you're kind of beating a dead horse at this point. It's like, it's not working, and there's a reason why it's not working, because again, there is a better option that the universe is trying to point you in, but you guys are again resisting of it because maybe it's going to require you to put yourself out there in a different way that you're not used to. Let's see what else we have. We also have we have hidden motivations in the reverse, and we have Auralite. So we're going to go ahead and see about the messages of these two cards, especially this one. This is, I feel like it's going to literally reiterate a lot of these. And we have children appearing again on this card. So I don't know if any of you are particularly working with children in some capacity, but this is the intention card. This is intention card 1. So conflicting intentions is what this is typically about. So in the reverse, when the hidden motivations card is reversed, it reveals that self-imposed roadblocks are starting to be cleared and your mind is becoming more focused. In fact, all that you need to know will begin to surface in ways that empower you and clear the path ahead. There may have been some hesitation about what you really want and about how to achieve it. There may have been others whose hidden motivations, which we've had that mentioned more than once now, were getting in your way. But now is a time of returning power and increasing clarity for you. Continue to feel and affirm your worthiness and strength. Reevaluate your plans and take action in the light of your higher intentions. When you get your intentions clear, great strides can be made in the directions of your dreams. Literally, it totally reiterates everything that this reading has been talking about. So yeah, that's like the Ten of Swords. While it's not always the happiest card to see, it does come with that energy of, yeah, it's the ending of something, but it also means that there's a new beginning about to happen. It represents both the sunset and the sunrise. So now, of course, we have Auralite before we get to our extra little messages for you guys. So the essential meanings here are mindfulness, meditation on the present. So what is it again, maybe some of you are projecting too far into the past, or you're reflecting too much on I think I messed that up. You're reflecting too much on the future, like into the future, projecting into the future, or you're focusing too much on the past and you're not being right now in the present and what you can do right now. So let's talk about what Auralite's prosperity messages for you. So embrace your ability to be present in the now instead of lost in the past, thinking about the should haves or wandering aimlessly in the future, worried about the what ifs. Auralite Spirit is here to amplify your consciousness of this moment and your experience of prosperity. You have much to build upon, so let go of your fear and just see and know what is yours right now. What opportunities are at your door? What have you gathered, wisdom, knowledge, and wealth that can remind you of your ability to bring about the prosperity you seek? Meditation will help you see the answers. So obviously you guys need to work more on meditation because you're going to get a lot of insight, again, through your intuition on how to deal with that. And again, you might even want to seek out this particular crystal and work with it more. So let's look at your additional messages here. So we have Ant, work, achievement, and success. So yes, you are going to achieve all those things, but the key is to let go of whatever this one aspect is that you guys are just not doing. We have Fan, romance, celebration, or party. Again, I feel like there is some aspect of that involved here. We have Ring, a marriage will take place either romantic or business. So again, yeah, maybe you guys are going to be coming into a partnership with somebody new. Again, I'm just going to throw out there this particular partnership. It could just stay business or it could turn into a romantic partnership, and we're not going to really focus on that. And lastly, we have Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. So it's like, yeah, it's like you guys are, again, projecting too much on the what should have beens, and you're sad about what you could have done, or what is already lost and gone, but yet you're still holding on to it instead of just letting it go and making the room for, again, the bright new things for you. In maybe more than one aspect of your life, but especially obviously here in your career. So that is what I'm getting for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. I'm very curious to know what you guys thought about this. Again, if you'd like to help support the channel, get private readings, get exclusive pick a card content, and all kinds of other stuff, definitely do check out my Patreon down below in the links. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right, for those that picked pile 2 here with, of course, the Malachite piece, we're going to go ahead and see what the cards have to say in regards to how it is that you can progress in your chosen career right now. So we're going to go ahead and flip over our tarot first. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. We also have the Six of Cups. And we have the Page of Pentacles. So we have a lot of earth energy, earth and water energy coming out. So I definitely feel like there is a need for balance here for sure. You need to make sure that you are really making clear the boundaries between where work starts and where your rest of your life starts. Like, I feel like kind of drawing a line in the sand there and making sure that you're balancing both aspects, that you are caring for yourself in your personal life and with your personal relationships, as well as, you know, your career. Making sure that those two things are in equal balance, because again, some of you could maybe be throwing too much into career. I also see here that there is a clear progression of how you're growing, how you're changing throughout this whole entire process from when you were a child to where you are now. Some of you could literally be doing exactly what you had envisioned for yourself as a child as your career now, or this is a call that you need to kind of revisit your childhood in that sense. You need to go back to what it was that lit you up as a child, what you imagined for your career, and see, like, it may not be that obviously you want to go and jump into that career that you talked about as a child, but there is a sense of taking that wonder and that excitement when you were a child and kind of applying that to your situation now. I also see through that, especially, is the need to evolve and learn a new skill that's going to benefit you in your career. So taking more opportunities to have fun with your learning, because you never know how a certain skill could be applied to your career or even a future career that you're looking at, or a job or something. So again, if you're curious to learn something more, do more research into something, and again, it could literally be anything. It doesn't necessarily like you're seeking out to learn something that is specifically for your job or your career, although some of you might be doing that, but literally maybe you have a call to, again, study something that just is something you're interested in, and long and behold, that is something that's going to really help and benefit your career in the long run. Definitely empowering the feminine aspect within you is highly important as well. Some of you could definitely be interested in working with animals, or maybe you do work with animals, or there's something about, again, taking something from your past or your childhood and kind of using it. I also get the sense of some of you who are maybe trying to start your own business here. So again, definitely doubling down on doing more research, making sure you know your stuff, and learning new skills is also really important in that. It could even be that some of you are going to be having assistance and help from somebody who is well-to-do, kind of like a sponsor in a way. But let's see what else we have. We have, oh, it's so weird that I was literally just saying that. And what do we have? We have Saturn in Leo with generosity. And we have Venus in Libra with indecision. So maybe that's part of it. It's like, again, I feel like you guys aren't doing too bad in your career situation, honestly. Like, the energy I'm getting here is like, you're not in like a super bad state, at least for some of you. But it's like you're trying to get to the next step, and you're kind of just, again, the reason why you're having that issue of getting to that next step is because of this indecision, where it's like you're kind of going back and forth about something. You're not really sure. Again, the key here is just to educate yourself more, and then the obvious solution will be apparent, is what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit more into that. So also, you want to take a look at what your Venus and your Saturn is doing, maybe in your natal chart, as well as what's happening in your 5th and 7th house. So Let's go ahead and talk about Venus first. So Venus in Libra is talking about, if this card is drawn, it suggests that the questioner has come to a stage at which a decision is imperative. There has been much dithering back and forth over an important matter, and now the time has come to be firm and take the consequences. So again, maybe some of you are trying to make a decision about your career or your business that you're doing, and it's like it's a big step, it's a big evolution and growth forward, and you're kind of, again, it's understandably that you are a little bit afraid about it. I think it's really interesting. We have a lot of pine trees showing up here. I don't know if maybe that's a environment that you work in. Maybe some of you who are particularly watching this pick a card. Maybe you work a lot with wood or wood crafts in some aspect. I don't know why that came to mind, or ceramics. But anyway, the particular events here are a large social gathering, a wedding, a difficult decision to make, a business partnership in the arts, an artist lover. Holy shit. You know, it's so funny because even like the last pile got a little bit like that, kind of a message. But yeah, so some of you could literally be getting into a partnership. I could see it is with somebody who is... they themselves are well balanced. They have a lot of experience. They could actually be older than you. And yes, there is a possibility for some of you that it could become a romantic relationship, but they are almost like either like a muse or a mentor to you. And yes, they have a lot of skill in the arts as well, or just a lot of know-how and experience in that, which is maybe something that you're needing with your business. Again, different things that were coming up for some reason with this particular pile was, again, something like anywhere where you're working with wood, furniture, ceramics, maybe even like jewelry making for some of you, or metalsmithing, like very crafty, very much using your hands. There's a big element here of like the outdoors and the natural world being a big part of whatever it is you're doing with your work. And it may not necessarily be like that is your career, but like there's aspects of that is involved with your business. Dance is another thing that is coming to mind as well for some of you. Really interesting. So let's go ahead and jump to Saturn as well now. So Saturn in Leo with generosity. So when Saturn in Leo is drawn, the subject of the reading has much creative joy to share. If this is offered with no strings attached, the chances of a successful outcome are assured. So events here are an opportunity to shine, being asked to perform for a good cause, teaching creative skills to those less talented, helping with the education of children. So again, you guys could literally be working in any of those kind of fields, or maybe there's aspects of that you need to incorporate into what it is that you're doing for business. So let's see what else we have here. Oh, wow, maybe this is part of the indecision that you're feeling. Because, again, you're making a big evolution step forward where maybe, yeah, because I was getting like, maybe some of you have been in a certain career for a long while now, you're experienced, but it's like you're wanting to make a big shift in the sense of maybe starting your own little business or kind of setting out on your own, and this is part of it. In a way, it is a career change. So you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. So I definitely feel like for some of you, that is what you're considering and you're thinking about. You should go for it. Because again, if you're feeling called to do it, then that's what you're meant to be doing. So let's see what else we have here. We have Smithsonite, card 51, and we have Dark Thoughts. Ooh, interesting. We're going to see what this card has to say here. So it could be that you guys are definitely been dealing with, in that sense of indecision, you're kind of having these dark thoughts come up that are maybe clouding you from really seeing what it is you need to see. So shadows of the mind. So a man moves into a dark maze. It's confusing and frightening, with paths that lead to shadowy and unknown results. Receiving this card upright is a warning about the potential dark shadows within your inner and outer life. This card may be a signal that you could be drawn into questionable activities, perhaps with unsavory people. Look closely at any new endeavors in your life and at the people with whom you connect. Investigate your choices. Turn into your intuition to determine if they truly honor you, and if each endeavor truly resonates with your heart. The most important dark alleys you should be aware of at this time, however, are the twisting patterns of negative thoughts or unhealthy habits winding through your daily life. Worrisome thinking or escapist behavior may be lifelong habits, and it's time for you to take control. Or maybe even like procrastination could be another one. Manage your negative thoughts. Create healthier habits such as nutritious eating, regular exercise, and relaxation. Again, things of the Queen of Pentacles is definitely going to promote. While being a badass, businesswoman, she's also very much relaxed in her own state of home. She knows how to manage that. She knows how to manage herself in healthy and constructive ways. So, don't let yourself go deeper down the dark alleys of fear, worry, and self-doubt. Your life force vibrates with your daily energy, and you do have the power to determine the direction it takes. Choose a path of bright thoughts and healthy choices, and leave the dark alleys, both real and imagined, behind. Exactly. So watch out for, again, negative mindset, lack mindset kind of thing, letting fear, self-doubt, worry kind of overtake you when it comes to moving forward. So then we have Smithless Night. I cannot speak today. So with this card, the essential meanings are rebirth from chaos, evolution, stress relief, emotional boost, clearing of obstacles to growth. So the prosperity message here is every creature on earth experiences growth spurts. And that's exactly what I was feeling like this Six of Cups is definitely representing for you. So could you be in one now? Could it be that the ups and downs in your sense of prosperity reflect that you are maturing into someone new, one who is more comfortable with the fluctuations of wealth in the outer world because you've become more at peace with the natural flow of abundance and are feeling prosperous within? We invest in and plant seeds. We nourish and tend. We harvest and enjoy the bounty that is ours, and then start the cycle all over again. Imagine what comes next. Have faith in the cycle for the support of the conscious universe. Your ally in co-creation is the firm foundation beneath you. Feel encouragement from the conscious universe being conveyed to you through Smithsonite spirit. Whose message is this? You have what you need in this moment, and more is coming to you. So breathe. Exactly. So you guys might even want to find a piece of the stone, work with it, carry it with you. So let's go ahead and see what we have for your additional messages. And we're going to start with our astral house, because that's kind of like overall the area that you guys need to pay a lot of attention to. And what do we have? We have love. Really interesting that keeps coming up. So you guys might want to also look at some of my pick a cards here on my channel that have to do with this subject of love and see how that maybe applies to your career as well. But there is some aspect of that. And we had that mention of like taking a lover who is an artist, perhaps. Maybe there's some aspect to that. Let's see what else we have. We have Quill. Get back to the basics. That's going to help you in moving forward here, and especially dealing with these dark thought situations. We have Bat. Take care. Enemies are working against you. I feel like some of you can definitely be, there could actually be somebody shady around you. Or again, this is more of a reflection of you yourself being an enemy working against your own interests. We also have the Sun here. Happiness and well-being. We have Tent, temporary situation. So again, especially these dark thoughts, this indecision, it's a temporary situation. And lastly, we have Cat, a two-faced friend. So maybe that is the person that is actually an enemy for you guys when it comes to what you're trying to do career-wise. Maybe you were thinking about going into business with a particular friend, but again, you need to kind of do a little bit more research. You need to maybe feel that out a little bit more. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do let me know. Of course, if you'd like to help support this channel, get access to personal readings, exclusive pick-a-cards, and more, definitely do check out my Patreon. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. All right, for those of you that chose pile 3 here with the emerald, we're going to go ahead and jump into your reading and see how it is that you need to, or how can you progress in your career. So we're going to start off with these tarot. So we have the World card coming out, completion, definitely expansion as well. We have the Two of Swords, and we have the Three of Cups. So I definitely feel like some of you are a little bit lost in what it is that you're doing kind of in your career right now. You have a lot of indecision happening. You can't see the right path forward. And a big key, I feel like, for you guys to help you with this situation is, one, get out there more. You need to kind of, a part of the reason why I feel like you're having this indecision and you can't come to a clear option is because in a way you really don't know as much as maybe you realize that you don't know, if that makes sense. Like, I get a sense of maybe there are aspects about yourself that you are confused about or you don't realize because you haven't experienced it yet. There is a sense here of like you guys need a little bit more experience. You need to go out there and put yourself in more situations that are challenging to you because they're out of your comfort zone. And also a little bit more of expansion in learning more about the world and different options that are available to you, learning more about different cultures and also people. Really, really big on the interaction with others and people here with the Three of Cups. Rely a little bit more on your friends, on your coworkers. Learn and get more involved in different groups. The Three of Cups can have a lot to do with hospitality. It can have a lot to do with also like creative outlets as well, beauty industry, things like this. And again, we have the World card here, so it definitely tells me that there is an aspect of here that you need to kind of work the world into what it is you're doing for your career, because that's going to help you to come to a point of clarity. You learn a lot through the experiences that you have with others is something I'm getting here. So let's see what else we can gather. And let's look at these astrological cards. So we have fucking exactly here. We got Mercury in Sagittarius with discovery. This is literally going to talk about foreign travel. This is going to be talking about talking more with foreign people and foreign cultures. You benefit a lot with that energy. We also have Mars with Taurus with defense. So maybe some of you, your defenses have been too up. You're not allowing other people in to help you or guide you or just to inspire you a little bit more. You're a little bit standoffish about kind of maybe connecting with others in this way. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit more into this card and see what we got going on here. So we're going to start off with our Mercury card. So Mercury in Sag. So you might even want to look into, what exactly is happening for you in regards to your Mercury, to your Mars, as well as the 9th and 2nd house. So with Mercury in Sag, when this card is drawn in a reading, the questioner may meet someone of this type who becomes an influence. Alternatively, the inquirer may find a need to develop by expanding his or her knowledge of the world. Literally, that is verbatim what I was calling out before I ever even flipped over this card and saw it. That's exactly what I was getting off the tarot. So the particular events here are a visit from someone abroad, learning a foreign language, planning a long trip, discovering a philosophy or religion, following a guru or mentor, involvement in politics. You might be interested in getting involved with politics. That makes a lot of sense because we have that sword energy. And swords are always going to deal with things like that are very mental in landscape, have to do with law, politics, government, things like that as well. That makes a lot of sense here. So that's absolutely wild. You may need to learn a foreign language. You might even have an opportunity to maybe travel for your job or travel to a foreign place for some sort of career you're doing. And it would be really beneficial for you to take that opportunity. Let's talk about our Mars here as well, because we do have that to discuss. So with the Mars in Taurus with defense, when this card is dealt in a reading, it shows a need to defend something the questioner values. So particular events here are starting up a new business, playing the stock market, a quick business deal with a profit, a possession that makes a leap in value, beating a competitor. So again, there is definitely a sense here of you guys upgrading in your career, making some sort of successful choice, or again, investing in something that is definitely going to be of high value. And there was just a bright old ding when I was saying that. Let's see what else we have. Spiritual teacher. You heal with your classes, sessions, or seminars, or somebody is definitely going to do that for you, because again, we had the mention of a guru or a teacher, mentor of some kind that's going to be coming through. And through this, you're going to be learning about new philosophies. You're literally going to learn, maybe some of you are going to be interested in religious studies or something. Or maybe something in history where it's like, it's going to require you to explore other cultures, other places in the world. And that would be a great opportunity for you. So let's see. And regardless, whatever you're doing for your career, that aspect of, again, just investing a little bit more time into exploring foreign people, foreign places, cultures, philosophies is going to benefit you hugely in the long run, because not only are you going to be able to relate more to a wider audience of people, it's going to make you way more marketable. Mattering on where it is you're looking or where it is that you're working, if you can speak another language, or again, you know more about a certain culture, it automatically makes you more marketable for you as for businesses to hire you as well, because you have a skill set that is definitely necessary, especially right now as we are continually moving towards a more and more global world. I mean, even right now I'm doing something where I'm talking to all of you via my camera and stuff and posting on YouTube. YouTube is a global kind of network. So literally people from all over the world. I know I have a lot of you from places like India and Indonesia, America. Everybody is watching and has the chance to find and watch. So there's that element where knowing more and being open to that is really beneficial. So long-winded thing over with. Ooh, the feather wanted to move and say hello. Let's go ahead and see what else we have. So we have Diamond, with card 20. Lots of clarity here. And we have Intuition and Manifestation. And we have another 3 appearing. So yes, trust your intuition, because it's going to help you to manifest like crazy. So let's talk about this. So with this card coming out for you, the crystal ball. So, a woman looks at a beautiful crystal ball on a velvet-covered table. The orb reflects the light of the room and is surrounded by the light of spirit, yet we can see a misty image in the center. The message here is that your future potential is available to you now, both to see and to change. The more you learn to trust your intuition, the more you'll be able to know what is down the road for you. Not only that, you'll be able to get flashes of insight about what you need to do now to forge the future you desire. This card upright is telling you that you have the clarity to create the vision of what you want and the energetic ability to make it real. You have the power of manifestation, and it's time to take that seriously. Also, if you've been thinking of developing a career or an avocation in the art of mediumship or oracle card readings, this card is giving you the green light. Your intuitive powers are expanding, so open up to the messages that you are so clearly able to receive. So literally, some of you who are watching this, maybe you do something like this, tarot reading, oracle reading, and this is definitely a message of to expand that more, learn more about other religions, other forms of divination, get involved in different communities where you guys can learn from each other. I feel like is really important as well. So let's also talk about Diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. So the essential meanings here are the priceless gift of time and pressure combined, beauty and strength arising from trials and challenges, the right use of power. So the prosperity message here is the right use of power means acknowledging your efforts on your effect on others. Are you honoring yourself by insisting that you be paid what you are worth? Really, really important here, especially if you're working for yourself, you have some skill, you're marketing yourself out there. Make sure you're not underselling yourself and make sure that you're being paid what you are worth for your work. Because there is a lot of people out there on the internet, in the world in general, who will try to make you feel like shit for asking what you are worth for what you do. Especially if you're in an unusual field that isn't a typical 9-to-5 job. Believe me, I speak from experience on that one. Stick to your guns, don't compromise your integrity, and always ask what you are worth. And don't feel guilty about eventually upping the price of that. The more you're in demand, the more you should charge. Because again, what you do is obviously valuable. And your time is valuable. And so you need to honor yourself, especially for all the work that you put in to get to that point where you do have like a big clientele coming at you asking for things. You got to honor yourself like that. It's not selfish to do at all. So with that said, are you paying others a fair price for what they do for you? You have the power to negotiate, to set boundaries, and to wield your influence respectfully, recognizing that we are all meant to share in the universal flow of abundance. Today is a day to exercise the right use of power by honoring everyone's need to be treated fairly and experience prosperity. When you recognize how your prosperity impacts others, you will see the rate at which your dreams manifest, increase exponentially, resulting in great abundance you can share. Truly, in singling you out today, Diamond Spirit has chosen well. Woohoo! Yes. Oh, I just realized one of my lights went out. Sorry. So let's go ahead and see what our additional messages are for you. So we have horse. Short journey. Again, there's that travel coming in. Short journey, long journey, some sort of trip of some sort is really going to just awaken you for sure. We have dolphin. Oh, beautiful. Financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Again, whatever that thing was, jumping up in value, something that you invested in, something you bought that is suddenly worth a lot more money than you realized. We have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. I never did. I mean, yes, there's a line where that can become concerning, but it's like, that card always makes me laugh. Anyway, bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. We have turkey, someone is behaving stupidly. I'm just going to say it because it's what came to my mind. It could be you. It could be you acting stupidly because, again, you're hiding your light under a bushel. We have casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Again, you have that successfully overcoming a problem. Again, the end of a situation. And lastly, we have rose. Romance is in the air. Ooh, again, every pile's been getting a little bit of this coming up. So definitely do check out some of the love readings as well, because there could definitely be a message somewhere for you guys in regards to that. Well, it would make sense because if you guys are traveling, you're going on some sort of journey, you could definitely be meeting somebody along the way. Somebody who's definitely going to light you up. Rabbits. Again, I'm unfortunately staying away from the spiciness because YouTube doesn't like it, but don't worry, I'll be bringing the spice back somehow, aka hint hint, it's going to be through Patreon. So definitely do stay tuned for that. But with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here for your guys' pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. Again, if you have any suggestions for future pick-a-cards that you would like me to cover, definitely do let me know. And again, check out my Patreon link down below. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. right, for those that picked the fourth and final pile here with the Serpentine or the Infinity Stone, we're going to go ahead and jump into your reading here. So, we're going to go ahead and see how it is that you can progress in your career, what it is you need to know, what it is you need to do. And so we're going to start with tarot. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. Be confident, be independent. Prosperity comes to you very hardcore when you are independent and you taking charge. We also have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Swords. So yes, a big key for you is definitely all about kind of, you can shine your best when it comes to your career when you're kind of working on your own, you're kind of doing your own thing, even though it is important to cultivate and listen to, your peers, your mentors. Working with those people definitely does help you greatly with the King of Pentacles being here. But in a lot of ways, don't be denying when somebody wants to give you some form of generosity, for sure. But yeah, following your own particular path and staying true to that is what is definitely a huge key for you guys to continue to progress in your career. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more information with our astrological cards here. So let's see. So we have Saturn and Virgo with isolation, and we have Jupiter and Scorpio with manipulation. Really interesting here. So yeah, there is definitely a big key here where it's like when you guys are in kind of your own isolated space, you do a lot better, I get a sense of. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So let's talk about Jupiter first, because that's the first card set here. So we have that in Scorpio. So with this coming out, in a reading, this card may warn that one is following a false or manipulative person. Scorpio's natural rulership of the 8th house shows a benefit from an inheritance or heirloom. Really, again, you're warning where it's like you guys, following somebody else's path just doesn't do you well. You inherently know how to do things right. Again, no matter what, you're always going to have to deal with other people. You have to be able to work with other people to some degree, but yes, working kind of alone is your biggest asset here. But again, benefit from inheritance or some sort of heirloom, again, something given. Don't be rejecting of that. When somebody does want to help you, when somebody does want to give you something, but especially not overstepping that boundary of becoming manipulating or trying to control how you're doing it, is the benefit here. So particular events could be a difficult legal problem, persuasive promotion or propaganda for a person or project, detective work to prize out someone's secrets. Interesting. We then, of course, have Saturn with Virgo. So, isolation. When this card appears, it always indicates an immediate need to let up on oneself, to take a break from the pressure of work matters that are of one's own making. So some of you can be a little too stubborn and kind of work yourself to the bone and not, again, allow somebody else to kind of come in and help or assist you sometimes. Again, there's a very thin balance here with you guys where it's like, yes, you are kind of the type where if it can't be done right, it's better to do it yourself kind of attitude. You don't necessarily like to rely on other people because, again, you have a very firm belief that you can do it right, and you can to an extent, but at certain points you end up overworking yourself that you can, it could be extremely detrimental to you. So again, there is a thin line here of learning how to balance when to accept help and choosing wisely what that help is, I feel like. So particular events here are quality checking a project, reorganizing to increase efficiency, working for long periods alone, setting standards for oneself that are too high. So that could be a part of it. Maybe some of you, when it comes to your career right now, are setting the bar too high for yourself. And again, it's not necessarily a bad thing if you have really like large, lofty goals, but you need to kind of break down that larger goal and make it into more manageable, smaller chunks for sure. Obviously, maybe reorganizing your space so that you can work more efficiently, making sure that you are quality checking what you're doing. Also, biggest thing here is you're not overworking yourself. Making sure that you are taking adequate breaks. Making sure that you are taking adequate breaks and interacting with other people. Because again, cutting yourself too much from other people and other interactions is also bad. Again, it's all about a thin balance here. So let's see what else we have coming out on the card. So we have flowers. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. This card, when this card comes up, it's always so funny. With it coming out, again, maybe you do actually work with flowers in some capacity. Maybe you're like a wedding planner or obviously it could literally refer to a florist. But I feel like it's also just kind of a message of making your space that you work in a little bit more welcoming, a little bit more bright. Flowers can be extremely healing. They have different healing and metaphysical properties as well. Learning about that, how they can uplift your mood and what language the flowers can speak. Maybe it's even a message of kind of starting your own garden, maybe paying a little bit more attention to what you're ingesting. Let's see what else we have. You guys also got an additional card here. So, we have commitment in the reverse. We also have for your crystals, we have Lemurian quartz. I actually have a couple new pieces that are Lemurian calcites. And we have Numite as well for you guys. So you might want to work with both of these. But let's start off with our commitment in the reverse. Because I feel like with that in the reverse, you might be actually struggling to make a commitment or something is not exactly working out how you intended it. As far as a certain commitment or a certain contract, because literally that's what he's signing. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more into this. So if I can find this card in the book, where is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. So with commitment in the reverse, this card reverse represents some sort of breakup or a release of a commitment. This may refer to a present love situation, or it could represent a hoped-for relationship that is being delayed or redirected completely. This card could also apply to all sorts of dissolving contracts and commitments. You may be leaving a job or breaking a lease, for example. An offer on the sale of a house may fall through or take longer than expected. And unfortunately, it's possible you could lose a legal battle you've been fighting, or a resolution in your favor may be greatly delayed. Remember, however, that everything exists in energetic potential. As you shift your resonance, you can shift the timing and the resolution of all things. And that's how tarot works, everybody. Keep in mind that the emotional quality of your life is up to you. When a promise is broken, it's okay to be sad. Let yourself deal with this experience with honesty toward yourself and others. Make a promise to bring joy to yourself. After all, genuine love of self is the beginning of all positive connections and beneficial resolutions. The more you commit to yourself, the more the universe will commit to you. Exactly. So now let's talk about our various crystal cards here that wanted to come out for you guys today. And Numite popped up first, so we'll go ahead and talk about Numite. So the essential meanings here are achieving self-mastery, inner power, recovering your sense of self. So the prosperity message here is, dig into the earth and you will soon realize that layers upon layers of soil and rock have built up over time. And this is a lesson for how to build a foundation in the material world to help you feel more secure. Your true prosperity will always lie in your relationship with the conscious universe, your co-creator. Numite Spirit is here to remind you that outer conditions will soon begin to reflect your intention to your own natural abundance. But you must practice the art of building wealth, which might feel unfamiliar and uncomfortable to you. Take time today to honor yourself for how far you have come and the discipline you have shown in methodically working to master your fears about not having enough and about not being up to the task of wealth building. Abundance within, abundance without is what the conscious universe wants for you. You are getting there incrementally. Each time you commit to practice and consciously repeat the actions you know are healthy and in alignment with abundance. Mastery arises from conscious repetition. So know what you need to do and do it. The conscious universe is with you. I think it's really interesting how much this card is emphasizing commitment. And you literally have the commitment card in reverse. So maybe that is the problem for some of you when it comes to trying to progress in your career, where you're not committing enough to your chosen path or a particular practice, doing that repetition in whatever it is, however it resonates for you. So then, of course, we have the Lemurian quartz here. So the essential meanings here are vision, big picture thinking, unlocking the secrets of infinite possibility. So the prosperity message here is enough does not have to be enough. This is the message of Lemurian quartz spirit. Now is the time to dream big. You do not have to humble yourself out of a false sense of modesty. The dreaming you do will help you envision something new that will be firmly grounded in personal prosperity for what you need, and more will come to you from sources all around. The conscious universe knows how many ways to bring a vision to fruition. So think big, dream big, and envision all that you might be and co-create, knowing that abundance belongs to you at all times. And when you see how your prosperity can support others and flow into the world, claim this vision and know that it will grow exponentially in scope. Wow. Really, really interesting. So next up, we're going to do our final little additional messages. And it's interesting because you guys got a month of the year. So let's see what we got. April, and literally, this is a timeless reading, but as of when I'm filming this particular reading, April is right around the corner. So that is pretty crazy. Also, it's like, yeah, so something significant for your career could definitely be occurring in April. So just pay attention to that. Again, this is a timeless reading, so it could be literally any April. But if you're watching this in time with when I posted it, it could literally be right around the corner. So let's see what else we have, though. We have shield. You need to defend yourself. We have younger man. Dealing with a relationship with a younger man. We have feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. We have lion. Time to act. Again, do what you need to do and stick with it. We also have star. Guaranteed success, though, for sure. And lastly, we have dog barking. Advice from a friend. Really, really interesting stuff here. So that is everything I'm seeing here for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do let me know. And of course, if you would like more pick-a cards, if you would like exclusive pick-a cards that will not be available through YouTube publicly, definitely do check out my Patreon because there's all kinds of extra stuff there, as well as personal readings. That link is always in the description. So if you guys are interested in any of that, definitely do check it out. And I will see you in the next one.